From WFRV TV Local 5, your local election headquarters. This is Newsmaker Sunday with your host, Tom Zaleski.
Good morning. Welcome to Newsmaker Sunday. I'm Tom Zaleski. Today, we talk about the town of Greenville, a growing community in Outagamie County. Greenville is known as a bedroom community, but its population has increased nearly 18% over the past 10 years. It is home to Appleton International Airport, of course, a hub for air travel in the Fox Cities, and the new Amazon Delivery Distribution Center opening up on Wednesday of this week, just opened, which is now open for business. So we welcome Greenville Town Administrator Joel Gregozeski. Joel, thanks for stopping in today. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
As the head man in town, give us an overview of Greenville, if you were to explain it to somebody.
Sure. A growing community, very engaged group of residents that live in our community. We, as you mentioned, our size is about 12,000 residents, exponential growth over the last 10 or 20 years. In fact, we've more than doubled in size since 2000, since before 2000. Growing community, a lot of young families, young children. They appreciate the low taxes, the great school district. We are part of the Hortonville Area School District. Beyond the great neighborhoods that are attracting these young families to the community, we also have a very strong business park, and that's being fueled in large part to the proximity of Appleton International Airport. Beyond the Amazon Distribution Center, we also house a Gulfstream facility that employs over 1,000 people, and that was a major expansion just a year ago in our community that provided substantial and good-paying full-time jobs.
That was a great Chamber of Commerce speech. It's almost as if you were running for something here.
Right.
You're increasing your population, you're improving the living conditions there, including the development of a new entertainment complex.
Sure.
What's your vision for this park?
Sure, we're calling it the Greenville Sports and Splash Play Park. And basically what we're looking to develop is a 75-acre parcel of property in the town of Greenville that is a sports and splash park, a multiplex, if you will, community park. This facility is going to have a man-made swimming beach, a splash pad, a large community playground, a number of ball diamonds, soccer or other athletic fields for football, lacrosse, rugby, additional walking trails, up to 3 miles of walking trails will be provided to the community. This particular parcel of land was purchased by the town 16 years ago for the purpose of developing.
That long?
Yes, for the purpose of developing this park, and just never was able to get it off the ground. This past year, we had a group of engaged and willing participants, citizens, if you will, come forward and petition the town board to hold a referendum to seek funding to help spur that ultimate development.
So you're at the referendum stage. It is $6.5 million that you're looking for. If it passes, what does that do for sleepy little Greenville?
Sure. Well, what we would do after the referendum is we would do our final design of the particular park. We have everything kind of conceptual at this stage. That final design would be completed in the fall. We would likely bid the project in late fall, early winter, begin construction of that first phase that includes those ball diamonds, those soccer athletic fields, the splash pad, the swimming beach. And then we'd be looking to open portions of the park in mid to late 2021. Many of the athletic fields, those won't be available for play until the following year, but some of the aquatic features and facilities, those would be available next year at some point.
Any inkling? What are you hearing from the public on this?
We have Greenville is certainly a conservative community, and I think that kind of is the impetus for why a referendum is important in our community. Our board is committed to ensuring that all residents have an equal opportunity to provide the input necessary to spend a sizable amount of money. And so I think it's a balanced approach from what we're hearing. So we hear some good things and we hear some negative things, of course. And so we're just appreciative of the fact that we're presenting the question to the voters and allowing them to decide what that future investment will be.
So you've got a conservative community, and then on top of that, we've got the COVID-19. Are you concerned about the timing? Because you obviously had nothing to do with this, but the vote is coming up.
Right. Certainly. As I mentioned earlier, we've had that citizen steering committee. They formed in advance of the pandemic situation. They were working through their requests and their petition to the town board right around the time when the pandemic became more prevalent, especially in our country. They deliberated over the course of probably 3 or 4 months and just ultimately committed to it, regardless of the situation with COVID. They recognize in a positive viewpoint that at some point that's going to go away. We're going to get to some point of normalcy, and it would be important to have that investment in the community. Coupled with that, when Safer at Home was in effect, local parks and recreation played a vital role in the health and well-being of our communities. And they took that into consideration as well, saying, well, we'd have additional walking trails, additional open space for people to get out and get active and to be engaged in their community safely.
So do you have a plan B, or is it the attitude of burn the boats? It's all or nothing here.
I don't know that this is necessarily all or nothing. Of course, part of the planning effort in determining the value of the referendum and what's included in it took into account all user groups. So there's ball diamonds, there's athletic fields, there's walking trails, there's native natural areas for wildlife observation, there are the swimming facilities. So it's a very diverse group of activities that are going to all be packaged into one project. So I suspect that if the referendum fails, there will certainly be an evaluation of maybe considering scaling the project back, looking at different amenities, or just determining what that cost is that would be acceptable to the general public and then representing it.
All right, we are talking Greenville this morning, and we are back with more, so stay with us.